Hello and welcome to Sack to the Future Week 14, the Vinny X Vincent bonus game, as there are now on occasion be two separate bonus games. I will be handling the 7-5 Boston Patriots at the 4-8 Minnesota Vikings, a huge game in the AFC playoff picture. Right now, with the games that have been played, Cleveland currently has a half-game lead on Houston, but Houston is yet to play, but home field in first round bye. Those two teams will play at that. If you don't know what just happened in Denver over on the Phantom Fighter channel, a huge game was just played that impacted the playoffs in a big way. The San Diego Chargers currently hold the lead in the West, and the Boston Patriots in the East. And the wildcard teams as of right now are the Baltimore Colts and the Denver Broncos. Baltimore is the 5, Denver the 6. What Buffalo needs to happen is Minnesota to get the upset in this game. Rip Hawkins returns from injury this week, but still no Jim Marshall, no Fran Tarkenton. So head coach Norm Van Brocklin leads the Vikings out here in Metropolitan Stadium against the Boston Patriots and head coach Mike Holloway. Alright, so here we go, the kickoff. In cold Metropolitan Stadium in December. This is going to be taken by Huxhold, the roster filler, Rex Huxhold. And first and 10 for the Patriots. And here comes Babe Pirelli. In his first year in Boston, taking over the starting duties from Butch Songen, he's got 11 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. He played in Oakland in 1960. Stevens comes in motion. Pirelli hands off to Larry Guerin, and he is going to be hit and dropped in the backfield by Big Don Joyce, number 83. Joyce coming right off his block. The Vikings may be 4-8, but the talent level in Boston is much, or in Minnesota, is much higher than their record indicates. Second down and 11 now at the 28-yard line. Pirelli back to pass. He's going to scramble. He's going to take off and run. And slide down short of the first down. Picks up 8 yards. It'll be third down and 2. As Carl Rubke was the closest man and will get credit with the tackle. Third down and 2, the Patriots 36. Pirelli hands it off to Lott. Lott goes up the middle and doesn't gain anything. Billy Lott, number 32. And that'll bring up a fourth down and a punting situation for the Boston Patriots. So the coming sack to the future. The two John M. games. Rookie Tom Music with a punt. It is going to bounce at the 5. And they're going to down it at the 5-yard line. The two John M. games. The Houston Texans at the Houston Oilers. And the New York Giants playing host to the Philadelphia Eagles. Plus the second bonus game of the week on the Brian Phelps channel, possibly tomorrow night. Featuring the San Francisco 49ers and the Detroit Lions. Here is George Shaw. In his 7th year out of Oregon, and former Baltimore Colt. He played for the Baltimore Colts from 1955 to 1958, winning the NFL championship, going to the New York Giants in 59 and 60, before becoming a Viking this year. In the future, next year, he'll be a Denver Bronco. The handoff there was to Heel McElhenney, who picked up 6 yards.
Here we go. 3-19.
Shaw is basically making his audition for the Broncos. He's going to throw on the run, and it's caught by Middleton for the first down, 23 yards. Dave Middleton, the 7th-year player out of Auburn, on a fantastic catch near the sideline. And then it is planted by Walter Beach along the shore. There's a look at Mike Holloway, head coach, taking over for Lou Saban after the 5th game. He's got the Patriots back into the lead in the AFL Eastern Division. Shaw fakes the handoff. McElhenney picks up the block. Shaw's going deep. It is up for grabs and incomplete. Norm Van Brocklin, who earlier in the day led the Miami Dolphins on a furious charge against the Green Bay Packers. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, Van Brocklin retired after 1960, but unfortunately we can't control when the players retire, so we had to cut him from the Eagles, and his performer, I guess you'd call it, went to Washington, where we once again cut him, and then he ended up in Miami, semi-pro team, so we've left him there. So in effect, he's actually on 2 teams, then coaching the Minnesota Vikings and playing for the Miami Dolphins. Another deep pass from Shaw, incomplete. Walter Beach on the coverage again, as Fred Murphy cannot pull down the pass. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Shaw back to pass. He's going to throw on the run. Pass is incomplete. They're going to call it out of bounds. He could not get both feet down. And they're going to say it's 4th down. And now a punt. Mike Mercer gets a kick away. It's going to bounce into the end zone. So Mike Mercer, the rookie out of Minnesota, sorry. He played at 3 different colleges. I'm not exactly sure which one. Let me click on his profile. I can figure that out now. Doesn't really say. I guess Larry Guerin flipped head over heels, gets the first down. Went to 3 different schools, so if it reads first to last, he was drafted out of Arizona State. If it reads last to first, he was drafted out of Minnesota, so I'm not really sure. Borelli with a give to Guerin. Guerin makes a spin move, tries to come through. Carl Rubke and Don Joyce in on the tackle. Look at the Patriots line. John Simerson, Bob Lee, Charlie Leo, Dan Underwood, and Charlie Long on the offensive line. Larry Guerin and Ron Burton, your backs. Joe Johnson, tight end Terry Huxhold, and Ron Kolkloff, the receiver. Now, the Patriots don't have any injuries, so why is Huxhold starting? It is supposed to be Gino Cappelletti. There's a pass complete to Kolkloff. So I'm not sure what's going on there. There's an injury timeout, however. It is going to be Minnesota's number 22, Dick Pessinen. He looks to be okay, stretching the neck out. First down and 10. Justin Rowland comes in to take his place.
Green 39. Green 39.
Pirelli gives to Guerin, second man through. He's got a big hole. He's going to pick up 9 yards on the carry. We're going to call it 8, second and 2. Guerin in his second season out of Western Illinois. Made the Pro Bowl in 1961 for the AFL. Pirelli gives to Guerin. Guerin's got a big hole. He's going to have a first down. Now, again, if the Patriots win, they are 7. It will be 8-5, and will maintain the lead in the AFL East, essentially putting Buffalo into 7th place. As 7-6, the Broncos at 8-5 are still ahead of the Bills. Even though if the Bills do manage to get back in even with the Broncos, they would hold the tiebreaker. If the Patriots lose, the Bills move up into the 4th place division champion. So that's the big game here. Ron Burton on the carry. Buffalo has lost 3 out of the last 4 games down the stretch. Look at the Viking offensive line. Their defensive line, Bill Bishop, Jim Prestel, Don Joyce, and Bob Denton on the line. Clancy Osborne and Carl Ripke. Rip Hopkins is actually back from injury, but he's not pictured there. Well, that's just a mess. Hopkins over on the right. The injury happened since the injury to Dick Pessenden happened since the game started, and it must screw with the graphics there, I guess. Pirelli back to pass. Second down. He's going to take off running. He's got the first down and then some to the 10 to the 7-yard line. It's his 5th rush of over 20 yards this season. Babe Pirelli. First and goal now. Pirelli back to pass. He's going to take off running. He's going to be ripped down from behind by Denton. Bob Denton, second-year player out of the Pacific, played for the Cleveland Browns in 1960. Again, Rip Hopkins is back from injury, but the Vikings are still missing Jim Marshall and Fran Tarkenton. They will not be back this season. They will be back for the 1962 campaign. And as I said earlier, the Vikings quarterback George Shaw will be in Denver in 1962. Pirelli hands it off to Guerin. He's going to stretch it wide right. And Carl Ripke and Jim Prestel on the tackle. Phantom Fighter, while I got you here, I've noticed something very strange about the Patriots line you might want to, or starting offense you might want to look into ratings-wise. Roster filler number 13, Ron Huxhold, is starting at wide receiver over Gino Capoletti, and there are no injuries for the Patriots, so I'm not sure what happened there. 3rd down and goal now. Ball in the 8. Babe Pirelli in the pistol formation. He's going to drop to throw. Throws the throw to the sideline. It is caught. Out of bounds. Gino Capoletti is on the field now, makes the reception, but cannot score. As he comes in as a 3rd receiver option. Gino Capoletti not having the presence of mind to know where he was on the field. Speaking of Capoletti, he's on to kick the field goal. This will be from 18 yards away. It'll be from 8 yards in reality back then, because the goalpost will be up on the line of scrimmage. And Capoletti puts the field goal through, and the Patriots lead 3-0. Well, that's what I was saying. Capoletti kicks off. It's taken by Rich Mastardo down at the 8. He is going to get it over the 30 to 32, and with 39 seconds to go in the first, the Vikings have the ball. 1st and 10. Future Denver Bronco quarterback George Shaw in the shotgun. Former Colt, former Giant, future Bronco. Shaw hands off to Hugh McElhenney. McElhenney is going to get to the line of scrimmage, and we have an injury, and it is Hugh McElhenney. The King is down, holding his shoulder, and that'll mean rookie Tommy Mason will come in for McElhenney. And there's McElhenney holding a glass of futuristic drink being developed down at the University of Florida. McElhenney is out right now. Tommy Mason is in, unknown for how long. Mason's going to get the carry, the rookie on his first play, and now there's an injury again. Harry Jagelski makes the tackle. Not sure who got injured that time. It's 3rd down and 7. Shaw on the shotgun. It looks like Mason's next to him. Shaw back to pass. Throws it over the middle. It's caught by Jerry Reichow. And Reichow gets the first down over midfield to the 44. 21 yards to Reichow. Earlier on the Phantom Fighter channel, very close game between the Denver Broncos and the semi-pro Seattle Seahawks. Rumor has it later tonight on the John M channel will be one of the games. Not sure if it'll be the Giants and Eagles or the Oilers and Texans. And tomorrow night, the second bonus game, John Brody and the San Francisco 49ers going up against Jim Nanowski and the Detroit Lions. And that is the end of the first quarter with the Minnesota Vikings trailing the Boston Patriots 3-0. So, Fighter, I watched your game from start to finish earlier. Sorry there was no comments made. I had it on mute, so I couldn't hear you anyway. Not much I can say about that game that you haven't already talked about. So, if you want to catch up and see what we're talking about, go to the Phantom Fighter channel or the Sack to the Future 1961 playlist and look at the most recent game. So Shaw in the shotgun on 1st and 10. And he's going to overthrows his man, incomplete, and it'll be a 2nd down and 10. Full 9-game schedule for Week 14 Sack to the Future. Shaw back to pass. Almost intercepted. Looking down on the bottom at the scores going by. We're in the 1 o'clock window, so if you haven't seen any games yet, you'll see some of them. Some interesting 1 o'clock games to say the least. Or 12 o'clock if you're in such a time zone. Shaw back to pass. Overthrows his man again. Speaking of Brian Phelps, there he is. Welcome to the broadcast, Brian. Mike Mercer is on to punt. The Vikings continue to have no offense. And it's going to go into the end zone and be a touchback. Well, there is one of the glitches in the broadcast. Is linebacker Frank Vadi walks out with quarterback Babe Pirelli for the offense. It's gotten better, as I said, but tired. Pirelli hands off to Larry Guerin. Guerin gets forward for 6 yards. And he's got 36 on the day. Now, with the Arizona Cardinals, that you see the Thursday night score defeating the Los Angeles Rams. Arizona, who are they? The St. Louis Cardinals defeating the Los Angeles Rams. That makes tomorrow's bonus game important for the 49ers. They need to win to maintain a one-game lead over the Cardinals in the NFL West. Or if they drop the game to the Detroit Lions, then the Cardinals are tied for first place at 7-6. Pirelli back to pass. He's going to take off run. And slides for the first down. I apologize for all the yawning. I don't know. I don't feel that tired, but you never know. Maybe it's the prospect of working a double shift tomorrow that's getting to me. And another double shift on Saturday. I did get some fantastic news today, though. Back in my college days, Pirelli hands off to Guerin. Back in my college days, I was involved in community theater. Whether you believe that or not. Never had any big roles. I was always like some guy standing off on the side. But my last semester, I came up with the idea for the community theater to do a Christmas Carol. I even arranged for the college to pay for it, to put on the production in our theater, with the intention that I was going to be Jacob Marley, because that's one of my favorite all-time roles that I would want to play. Mankind was my business. Anyway, didn't get the role. It went to a much older gentleman. Of course, I was in my early 20s, so I can't really blame him. But I could have at least been the Ghost of Christmas Future. I mean, I have the Undertaker Road, you know? I didn't get that either. I ended up being a stage manager. And that was my last foray into community theater. Well, I got news today that my son, in his 4th grade production, is playing Jacob Marley this Friday. So I couldn't be more prouder. I'm looking forward to seeing him in action. Anyway, back to the game. First down and 5 after that penalty. Hand off to Ron Burton. He's going to pick up nothing. No gain. Second down and 5. Well, thank you. I'm very proud of him. It's a big role. It's one scene, basically, but it's a huge part of the movie, or the filming. And Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol is my favorite. I mean, it's got everything. It's a Christmas movie. It's a period film. It's a time travel movie. It's a ghost story. I mean, it's got everything. It's romance, sort of. It's sort of failed romance, but still. Pirelli back to pass on 3rd down. He throws. It is caught for the first down by number 84. Roster filler. Awesome. Nope, they're going to call it incomplete. I completely missed that. I thought he held on. 4th down and 4, and Tom Usick comes on the punt. So, 1st and 10 now for the Vikings with 3:36 to go. Let's look at George Shaw. Came to Minnesota to help teach the young generation. Started the first couple games. Was benched around the first Detroit game in favor of rookie Frank Darkington. who later got injured and now is back in. Heel McElhenney back in the game. He was injured earlier. He's going to pick up about 9 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Earlier in that Denver-Seattle game, semi-pro Seattle, I wanted to say something. Like I said, I didn't get to comment or anything because I was watching. It was family time and all that, but Terry Knopfsinger actually is in the league. In 1961, he's supposed to be with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's never come up that why he's in Seattle. I don't know. He didn't play in any games in 61, so evidently somewhere along the line the Steelers cut him. But he's with the Steelers till 64, so the computer Steelers cut him, and it's something we never noticed, and that's, you know, why he's up in Seattle now. But it also looks like he is a rookie, 61. It does look like he has modern clothing on too, so he must have got cut before the Steelers performed or anything. Also, Jim Kolbacki was in the Buffalo Bills team in 1960. Didn't get much playing time though. Well, he's a quarterback the Steelers drafted named Terry. But after this game is over, I will take care of putting him back on the Steelers. You know, something that flew under the radar, and I don't think he even, to be honest with you, he never got properly rated either, because if he's still in modern clothes, he left the team before we rated him. Somehow we missed the boat on that, I don't know, and McElhenney, or Tommy Mason goes forward for the 1st down. And we are at the 2-minute warning with the Boston Patriots leading the Minnesota Vikings 3-0. The Steelers between 1961 and 1970 will draft 3 different quarterbacks by the name of Terry. Terry Knopfsinger, Terry Hanratty, and Terry Bradshaw. Shaw back to pass on 1st down. He's going to move out of the pocket. He's going to take off and run. And he's going to run out of bounds for loss of 3. Does not have the running ability, apparently, of Fran Tarkenton. That's for sure. Shaw back to pass, throws over the middle, complete to Jerry Reichow, and he picks up 5. Now, he didn't lose 3. That was on the wrong side of the 40. He gained 3 on that run. My bad. It's now 3rd down and 3. Shaw back to pass on 3rd down. He's going to throw way out of bounds, and that'll bring up 4th down. And Mike Mercer coming back on the field. The Buffalo Bills in week 15 get the New York Titans. Week 17, the Boston Patriots. I think we get the Miami Dolphins in week 16. So if we're going to win the division, we got a chance to come back and win it on our own. But we definitely want to finish 10-6. It'd be nice if the Patriots lose this game, but they're definitely the better team. So I'm not. Frank Rabati once again walking on the field. Apparently middle linebacker Frank Rabati has something to do with the offensive huddle. I think that's a penalty, but I could be wrong. 1st and 10 from the 28. 1:32 to go in the 1st half. Pirelli back to pass. Throws over the middle. It is incomplete. Number 15, Babe Pirelli, in his 10th season out of the University of Kentucky. Drafted by the Green Bay Packers. In 1952, he actually wore number 15 for the Packers. Can you imagine? Packer not named star wearing 15. He then played for the Cleveland Browns in 56. Went back to Green Bay in 57 to 58, wearing number 10 this time. Pirelli throws it out of bounds. The Oakland Raiders in 1960. He'll be with the Patriots from now until 67, and then will finish his career backing up Joe Namath with the New York Jets in 1968 and 69. So he was actually on the team that will win the Super Bowl. Well, in real life, won the Super Bowl in 1968. Pirelli hands off to Guerin. And Minnesota's going to take a timeout. It'll be 4th and 8, and Tom Usick will come on to punt. So after this game, at some point, if you, Phantom Fighter, could go fix the Patriots wide receiver ratings and look to the Steelers, Terry Knopfsinger, and rate him properly, I will get him from the Seahawks to the Steelers after this game. Usick punts. It is going to be taken by Jerry Reichow at the 22. He makes a spin move. He's over the 35 to the 38, and that's where Minnesota will take over with a minute 10, 2 timeouts to go. Speaking of Reichow, he just made the punt return, but now he's running on the field with the offense. Magic. He's got 125 punt return yards for the season.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Shaw back to pass. Throws it down over the middle. Caught by Reichow. Reichow in the Boston territory. And he's going to be brought down to 45. Come on, forward progress at least to 43. Minnesota. You hear the horn here at Metropolitan Stadium as they line up. First down and 10. Shaw back to pass. Throws it out in the flat, and Smith is going to pick up 3 yards on the reception. He gets out of bounds to stop the clock. Actually, not a bad play for Gordy Smith to make.
Man, I got you. Here we go now.
Shaw back to pass. Steps up, steps over, throws right, over the middle, incomplete. Let's look at Chuck Shanta. Safety on coverage. Be 3rd down and 7.
Now let's go. Blue landed.
Shaw back to pass. Turns around, does a twist, throws it to Murphy. And Murphy drops the ball. Stops the clock, 4th and 7 with 41 seconds to go before the half. Fred Murphy, second-year player out of Georgia Tech. Well, that explains it. He went to Georgia Tech. If he'd gone to Georgia, he'd have held on to that. Or Notre Dame. So, Mercer comes back on the punt. Angling it out of bounds. He's going to go out of the 18-yard line. It's his 7th punt this season inside the 20. And there's a look at Ron Burton, fullback. He's carried the ball 3 times for 3 yards. First down and 10 at the 18-yard line. Boston's expected to just run the ball and run out the path. They don't need to call one play at this point. But Pirelli's going to throw. Nope, he's going to take off running. Doesn't slide, runs into 3 Vikings and is tackled. And he's over 50 yards for the day. And that, my friends, is halftime. And enjoy the highlights while I go grab a drink. Okay, we're back for the second half kickoff. Capoletti kicks it in the end zone, and Mostardo will come out. And Mostardo puts a little ketchup on it and gets over the 25 to the 27-yard line. Low-scoring game here in Metropolitan Stadium. From former Giant Mel Triplett in motion, McElhenney gets a carry, and he is going to lose 3 yards. And it'll be second down and 13. Shaw back to pass, fakes a handoff, scrambles, throws deep, and is pulled in by Jerry Reichel for the first down. And that puts Shaw over 100 yards as he went just kind of no look past it, trying to pull off a Patrick Mahomes. And Reichel goes up and high points the ball, as they say in 2018, comes down with it, and it's a first down. Russell Hanley on the tackle. Shaw hands off to McElhenney, bounces out to the left. And he's going to be chased out of bounds for a gain of 1. He's got 20 yards on 7 carries today. And it'll be second and 9 for the Vikings. Hands off to McElhenney, and he's hit in the backfield and dropped by a host of Patriots. Led by Dick Mueller. Mueller quickly gets off the block and takes McElhenney down. You know, the Patriots also drafted Tommy Mason and Rip Hopkins, and Fran Tarkenton. Wow. They wanted to be the Vikings. Shaw rolls to the right. Throws it's caught by Schnelker, and it's going to be a first down and goal at the 10. Tommy Mason was the Patriots' first overall pick. Rip Hopkins was the 10th overall selection. Second round. And then Fran Tarkenton was taken in the 5th round. Dick Mueller in the 10th. He did not make the team, but he's not playing. So is Dan Underwood starting as well. He did not make the team. And Terry Huxhold in the 27th round. Mason gets the call, and he is in for the end zone to the touchdown. So this is the guy who spurned the Patriots and joined the Vikings to back up Hugh McElhenney gets the touchdown against the Boston Patriots. It's interesting how between 1960 and 65 there was split drafts, so you would have guys drafted like Gale Sayers was drafted by the Chicago Bears and the Kansas City Chiefs. He signed with the Bears. A lot of players like that drafted by multiple teams. Tom Usick, the punter, I don't know why I brought him up. He was drafted by the Steelers, the Patriots punter. Maybe we'll bring him up because the Steelers-Patriots rivalry nowadays. Mercer kicks off. It's taken by Walter Beach at the 8. There's a flag down as he gets his way to the 35.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Larry Guerin, the starting tailback on the kick return team, the other kick returner, gets the illegal block, and Beach is sent back to low tide. Pirelli hands off to Guerin. Guerin's going to make up for it now and get about 6 yards on the carry. He's up to 46. Hurley hands it off to Guerin. Guerin's going to get near the first down to the 33, and they're going to call it 3rd and inches. The Vikings come out with a 5-man front.
Here we go now. Green.
There's a handoff to Burton. Burton is pushed backwards. He's not going to get the first down. And there's a Viking down. Can't see who that is. It is number 26. Charlie Sumner, who had the big game against the Jets last week, just was injured, and it'll be interesting to see what comes about that. But Tom Usick on the punt gets the kick away. It's taken by Reichel. Reichel to the 20. Reichel to the 29. Averaging 13 yards per return today. And Shaw comes back on the field now. At 4-8, just trying to finish up the stretch. Maybe get back to 500 in the Vikings' inaugural season in 1961. In reality, they went 3-11, so they've already bettered the wins. Shaw passes to McElhenney. The Patriots, on the other hand, in the AFL, went 9-4-1. They're currently at 7-5, so they're pretty much on par with where they should be. Shaw back to pass on 2nd down and 9. Throws it deep over the middle, and it is incomplete. Shaw back to pass on 3rd down. He's going to scramble to his left. He's going to take off running. He's got a lot of field, and he's got the first down. He's over the 50. He's going to get out of bounds at the 43-yard line, and he's got 37 yards on the day. Minnesota's over 200 total yards. First and 10 at the 43. Shaw back to pass. Throws it over the middle. It's caught by Gordy Smith for the first down, a 14-yard pickup. I think next year, what I'm going to do next season for 62, for 61, I created the team using my son's profile here. I would create the 40-man roster and then cut everybody else. And I think instead of doing that this year, because that just opens us up to all the roster moves that follow. Hold on, Shaw's going to run. He's going to bowl his way past the 25 for 5 yards. I'll create the roster filler as I go, and then if you don't rate them too low, there's less chance of them getting cut. McElhenney straight up the middle. He's going to pick up 2 yards. That'll be 3rd down and 4. I mean, it's still could potentially cut roster filler, and they still could start roster filler over legends like Huxhold starting over Capoletti, but you know, you can't control the other team all the time. Just these bonus games kind of give us a chance to Shaw back to pass. The ball is tipped at the line, kind of get back into the roster and sort of fix the starting lineups. We just gotta make sure, Brian and I, when we do that, that when we pick the roster, the bonus games, that we go through at some point all 22 teams in the league. We're running 8, so 14 extra or real life teams at some point during the season, a couple times. Not only that, but in 60 and 61, the AFL is running a 35-man roster. By 66, they're up to 40 on par. That extra 5 players is huge. You know, the 35-man roster is just... Now, we get more than 35. Because I get the whole roster. So guys like, teams like Buffalo that made a lot of roster moves, I'm getting 43, 44 players to create. And technically, we shouldn't have them on a roster until the point where... That sounds good, Brian. But the website I use for at least in the 60s, well, when you do the simulation, before you do the kickoff, you push L3. First, you then hit square to slow the speed down, and then you scroll down to skip ahead to end of game, or just watch the beginning of either this game or the Bills-Colts game, because I walk you through it every time we do it. First down and 10 after that run. Pirelli back to pass, trailing 10-3. He's going to take off and run again, and this time he's going to be sacked in the backfield. Number 79, Jim Prestel, the former Cleveland Brown, gets the sack. You'd also go to do a little practice on exhibition if you wanted to, where you're not broadcasting and just try simulating your game. I just got the notifications about your videos too, so that's good. Garen gets the handoff and he's going to pick up a loss of 1. Now the Pro Bowl selections are out. 2019 Pro Bowl, 0 Buffalo Bills selected. Can't say I'm surprised. Really can't. Be interesting to see who made it though. Pirelli, he's going to scramble to his left on 3rd down and 13. He makes a spin move, fumbles the ball. Carl Rubke on the tackle. Who got it? 5 Cowboys made the Pro Bowl. Makes sense. Again, your teams that are in the playoff hunt tend to have more. And the good thing about the NFL is you don't have silly rules like you do in other sports where there has to be a team member. If the team's just not good, they're not good enough. I mean, there are some players on Buffalo who show some signs, but not yet. So Minnesota forces a field goal attempt by Cappelletti. This one will be from 49 yards out. And it is good, and it cuts the Vikings lead to 10-6. Gino Cappelletti out of the hold of Butch Songen, last year's starting quarterback. Now, this is interesting. He was drafted in 1950 by the Cleveland Browns, but he's only in his 2nd pro season. He played last year with the Patriots, so he spent a whole 10 years floating around living life, and then resident of Boston, Songen went and signed up and played and started in 1960 for the Patriots. Yeah, we now, the club of, oh, that pass is intercepted by Chuck Shanta, and the Patriots take over. The club of owners who've lost to semi-pro teams is now up to 3. And something tells me that the 4th member won't gain access for a couple seasons. Not with the teams he's got. So the mistake made by Shaw. First turnover of the game. First and 10 at the Minnesota 48 with 8 seconds to go in the third. Pirelli hands it off to Ron Burton right up the middle. He's got the first down. Oh, it takes a heck of a shot at the end of the run there, but he picks himself up 15 yards and a first down. And we have come to the end of the third quarter with the Patriots making a move, trailing 10-6. So first and 10 at the 33 now. Pirelli back to pass. Throws it out to Guerin. He's going to pick up 8 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 2. Pirelli is only 4 of 7, 46 yards. The Patriots have kept the ball on the ground, very un-AFL-like. And then again, this is a team who tried to draft Tommy Mason, and Fran Tarkenton. Can you imagine? I'm kind of glad I can't. If those three men, those three Vikings, had signed to the Patriots instead of the Vikings, Mason, Tarkenton, and Hawkins. Oh. Guerin right up the middle. He gets to the line to the first down line, and it'll be 3rd and inches. Buffalo might not have their 2 AFL championships. So, they need like -1 inch for the first down, by the looks of it. In motion comes Stevens. Pirelli gives to Guerin. He's got the big hole, and he's inside the 10 for first down. And we are now going to roll inside 6 minutes to go. Pirelli back to pass. Screen pass being set up by Burton, and he is into the end zone, and the Patriots have taken a lead. 12-10. Now, do they go for 2? You got a convoy of blockers all the way to the end zone. They're going to go for 1. Capoletti's extra point is good, and the Patriots lead 13-10. And the crowd here at Metropolitan Stadium is quiet. With 5:41 to go and all 3 timeouts. They sure could use Fran Tarkenton at this point. Or Terry Knopfson. Reichel on the return. He's over the 25 to the 27. First down and 10 at the 27-yard line. Shaw spreads them out. Patriots come on a blitz. Gets picked up. Shaw rolls to the right. Throws it back across his body. It is caught for a huge first down to the 18-yard line by Frank Murphy. Fred Murphy. So, once again, he dropped the earlier pass and insulted Georgia Tech. Now he comes up with a huge play. Now he looks like Calvin Johnson. Instead of a read option team. First and 10 and 18. Shaw back to pass. He throws it. This time Gordy Smith makes the catch, and he's going to pick up 10 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1. Cincinnati trailing New Orleans. That's also a huge playoff race. As Cincinnati 7-5 coming into the week. You could could have two semi-pro teams making the playoffs. Second down and 1 from the 8-yard line. Shaw gives to McElhenney. McElhenney right up the middle. He's going to have the first down. And the Patriots are 6th in takeaways. They have 1 today. Here's Harry Jacobs. Shaw hands it to McElhenney. He's to the goal line, and he does not get in. Second and goal at the 1. As the King just got crowned. Shanta on the tackle.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Shaw fakes the handoff to McElhenney. He is going to be hit and dropped by Tom Addison. A loss of 7 on the play, and it'll bring up third down and goal from the 8. Tom Addison, the first team All-Pro and Pro Bowler, second season out of South Carolina, was also drafted by the Baltimore Colts, but could not find a reason to go in a very stellar backfield, defensive backfield of the Colts, and ended up in Boston. Third and goal from the 8. And we're going to get a flag. We got early movement.
False start, offense.
The false start penalty on Mike Raybold, the former Detroit Lion. Third and goal from the 13. Shaw back to pass. Got a little bit of time. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to juke himself. He's going to start running. And he's going to slide down at the 4-yard line, and that'll be a 4th and goal. And Mike Mercer will have to come on to try and tie the game up. Shaw squared his corners like he was in the police academy on that run. So this one will be from 21 yards out for Mercer, the rookie, future chief. And the field goal is good, and we are tied at 13 with 3:07 to go. We had extra free football in the Broncos-Seahawks game, and we're going to get some extra free football here in this one. Richardson at the 7. That was roster filler Richardson there. Patriots with 217 total yards, the Vikings 304. Only turnover being the interception by Shanta. Pirelli back to pass. He's going to throw it out in the flat to Larry Guerin. Guerin's got the first down. He's over 50. And he gets out of bounds. Jack Morris on the tackle. First and 10 from the 49. There sends Johnson in motion. Back to pass, rolls, throws over the middle. Is caught by Gino Capoletti. He's over the 30. And another first down of 22-yard pickup. And Morris brings him down again. And Mike Holloway is feeling it. his Patriots on the move. 1st and 10 from the 27. Both teams have all their timeouts. Corelli back to pass. Throws it over the middle to Johnson. Joe Johnson on the reception. In his 8th season out of Boston College. Former Green Bay Packer. Corelli throws it over the middle. It is caught by Capoletti. Inbounds. We have hit the 2-minute warning. With a 1st and goal to 9 for the Patriots. The game is tied at 13. The Vikings defense needs to draw something up here. It's Gino Capoletti. In his 2nd year out of the University of Minnesota. Looking to make his hometown team losers. From the 9, Corelli hands it off to Larry Guerin. He goes up for 2. And he's brought down by Jim Prestel. 2nd down and goal from 7. I formation for the Patriots. Give up the middle to Guerin. He's got a nice hole and he is going to be taken off his feet by Rich Mostardo. And Guerin is holding his left arm. So hurry up and get him off the field. They did call timeout. Billy Lott on the carry. Billy Lott near the sidelines. He's going to be brought down at the 2. And the Vikings will call this timeout. It'll be 4th and goal from the 1. Billy Lott, the 4th-year player out of the University of Mississippi, the fullback, getting the carry. Could not get into the end zone. So, Capoletti lines up for what will be an 18-yard field goal. And the kick is good. And Boston has taken a 16-13 lead with 1:29 to go. Buffalo needs this win from Minnesota. Reichel on the return. He's over the 20-25. Reichel's going to get up to the 30. And that's where he'll be brought down. So, 1:25. George Shaw, you're 70 yards away from the end zone. But you don't need 6. You only need 3. It's quiet here in Metropolitan Stadium as Shaw brings the Vikings up on 1st down. Hands off to McElhenney. Huge hole. He's going to pick up 8, 7. And the Vikings are going to get into a no-huddle offense. 2nd down and 3. Shaw back to pass. Throws it over the middle to Fred Murphy. It's going to pick up the 1st down. And the Vikings are going to have to hurry again. The receivers don't look like they know what's going on. Shaw back to pass. We're under a minute to go. He's going to scramble. He's going to turn around. He's going to do the twist. He's going to stick his right foot in and take it back out. He's going to do the hokey pokey. And he's going to get 4 yards on a scramble and waste so much time. Even Greg the Hammer Valentine warms up faster than that. 39 seconds and counting. 2nd down and 6. Shaw back to pass. He's going to scroll Randall to his left. He's going to throw it out of bounds and hit a Patriot intern on the sideline. 3rd down and 6, but the clock has stopped. 32 seconds. They're at the 47. They need to get to around the 29, 28-yard line for a field goal. Shaw back to pass. He's going to fake the run. He's going to throw it over the middle. And is hauled in for the 1st down, and Minnesota will burn their 2nd timeout. Jake Caleb on the reception. Shaw back to pass. He's got time. He scrambles to his right. He's going to take off. He's going to run. He's going to be brought down at the 30. With 18 seconds left, Minnesota's going to run back to the line. It's 2nd down and 3. 14, 13. The clock is ticking. Tick, 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 tick. 10 seconds. And Ground it. It wasted over 10 seconds just to spike the ball on the ground. And now Boston will call timeout as Minnesota lines up for what will be a game potential tying field goal of 48 yards. Mercer, the rookie. Hold by McFarland. The kick is up, and it is straight through the pipes. We have tied the game at 16 with 4 seconds to go. We're going to get some free football unless the Patriots return this thing all the way. The kick is off. It is taken by Beach at the 2. And he just saunters on up. And we are into overtime. The captains meet at the midfield. The Vikings have won the toss. They will receive. No, the Patriots win the toss. Or I don't know what's going on. The Vikings won the toss. They will receive. The Patriots will defend. Something. And Capoletti kicks off. So, overtime rules quick. There's 4.5 minutes in the overtime. 2 timeouts apiece. If the Vikings score a field goal on this drive, the game continues until the end of the next drive, unless it's tied. However, anything else happens. Any other score on this drive, the game is over. If this drive ends without score, we then enter sudden death, and first to score wins. So, first and 10 at the 30. Shaw fakes a handoff, throws out to Gordy Smith, and he's going to lose a yard on the catch. Second down and 12 from the 29.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Shaw goes to McElhenney. He's got a hole. He's got the first down, and he's got it over midfield into the 48-yard line of the Patriots. A 23-yard run for McElhenney. Under 4 to go. Right here, looks like he stomped on somebody, then spins around another somebody, and gets into Patriot territory in a first down. It was Walter Beach he spun on. The Hurricane came ashore on that one. First and 10, 3:50 to go and counting. Shaw taking his time now. He's back to pass. He is going to scramble and throw that no-look pass. This time it's incomplete. 14 of 28, 235 yards and an interception. Finals coming in. Baltimore beats Buffalo. The Saints beat the Bengals. The Bengals will drop to 7-6. That's huge. Second down and 10. Shaw fakes the handoff. Gonna scramble to his right. Steps up and throws. It's caught by Fred Murphy. Murphy the 20 to 10. Murphy's gonna be pushed out of bounds. Now remember, if Boston holds Minnesota to a field goal, the game's not over. The Phantom Fighter, I hope you're seeing this. The scramble, step up and throw pass seems to be Shaw's bread and butter. First and goal at the 10. Shaw hands it off to McElhenney. Huge hole, and it's a walk in the park. Ladies and gentlemen, Minnesota has gotten the win, and Buffalo is back in first place in the AFL East. Minnesota escapes with a 22-16 win on the Boston Patriots to get their 5th win of the season. Van Brocklin and Hollowbeck meet at midfield. Still to come this week in Stack of the Future for Week 15. Brian Phelps channel will have a second bonus game between the 49ers and Lions. The John M channel will have 2 games. The Giants versus the Eagles and the Oilers versus the Texans. My next broadcast will be Thursday night. It'll be Gridiron History 1900 Racine Normals. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, I'm Vinny Vincent, and you're not. Can't do that from here. Gotta switch over.